everyone, welcome to this YouTube series. It's actually going to be 3 videos. They're going to be shorter videos so that you can watch them all at the same time if you want, or you can save them and come back, or you can just watch them as they come out, whatever it is you want to do. So this first video is going to be our first quarter in review, first quarter of our homeschool in review. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we did, what we liked, what we didn't like, and then the next video is going to be our curriculum picks for term 4, so for the month 4, beginning of the next quarter. And then the third video is going to be all about the Build Your Own Homeschool Bundle, how we're using that, how you can use that. So let's get started on this first video. All right, so I'm just gonna scooch over here to the side. I'm gonna pull up some pictures on this side so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. But remember, you can also see our curriculum picks for the first 3 terms in the caption. And we also go into those videos about what is a term, why are our terms shorter, that kind of thing. And I'm assuming that because now it's finally spring in Utah, after we got a million feet of snow that we never get in April, that we're finally going to be able to start changing up our routine and rhythm a little bit more for the warm weather. So look out for a video about our warm weather routine and rhythm. I'm going to chat about mostly winter and cold weather because that's what this first quarter was all about. But I'm also going to show you here. Now this is a freebie. This is something that we actually offer on our website or for email subscribers. If you go to the Build Your Own Homeschool bundle link, which I will also leave in the description, you can download 2 different freebies just from that page. One of them is how to plan your own homeschool schedule. And then the other one is this, which is an example of our first terms and this next term that I'm going to talk about in the next video. So I just wanted to take a minute and let you look at those. You can see that our terms are pretty simple. Now I have included mainly just the very bare minimum of what we do because we add things in here and there that I have not put on these specific terms, but things like, you know, extra tea times or electives or things like that. So I'm not necessarily talking about electives here. These are just the main core courses. Now you can also see that history isn't really on there because the unschooling calendars that we're using, they cover science, history, STEAM, recipes, and art. And we are usually the kind of people that do history either around holidays like the 4th of July. July is usually when we learn more about the American Revolution and, you know, America. But we usually do more history when it's colder, when it's turning colder. So that's something that we adopted a few years ago. We do more science in the nice warm weather, and we do more history in the cold weather. And the reason for that is the different interactive properties of each of those subjects. Now, I actually have in that the free homeschool schedule planner I was telling you about, it goes through what different kind of lessons you might want to do, how you might want to change up your homeschool year. We're year-round homeschoolers, so we sort of take a few weeks off here and there, or we take a week off between every term, but it's not really off. We just don't do as many formal activities as we do on our weeks on. And I do have videos about that as well if you want to hop over to my page. I mean, I have just a lot of videos. So if you have any other questions though, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this. And I want to talk a little bit about what we did like and what we didn't like and what we're going to. All right, since this video is about the first quarter of the year, that is January, February, and March. And I actually started us with a new planner this year. I was using a different one that I was given by somebody, and it was good. It was great. We used it for a few months. Before that, we actually just used bullet journals, which I still love bullet journals, and I use that for my own personal planning. So then we used this other planner, and it was wonderful. It's fantastic. But a few reasons I stopped using it were, number 1, is really expensive. And so even though I got it for free, I didn't feel as good about offering it to other people. And number 2, the way that it was set up wasn't, you know, by month. It was all of the month planners at the beginning and then all the week planners, and then so it was in different sections like that. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna make my own. And mine is actually an undated planner, and then I just add little calendars on here, and these are in the shop. So I just wanted to chat a little bit about what we started with and how we're going to change things or keep them the same. So we always do devotional, And this year is New Testament devotionals. We did a whole bunch of Old Testament ones last year, which these are all free for email subscribers. So I have an entire year of Old Testament, and now we have the first quarter of New Testament. So we do devotionals. Read alouds have been similar but different, and we're going to keep them in a similar but different area. And that is, number one, is when we do a read aloud, we are usually doing them based on a unit study, which is by the Ultimate Unit Study, which is our second business. It's a collaborative unit study business. So we'll have the book, the study, and then the study comes with writing and other activities. Now, for the first 2 months, so for the first 2/3 of the first quarter of the year, we did strictly all of the writing that we were doing was going along with the books. We lapsed in between read alouds and we started Black Beauty, which did not have a unit study. So right now what we're actually doing is just working on the kids' penmanship. They're working on lowercase letters, then we'll do capital letters in succession like that. And yes, they know their letters. They're almost 7 and almost 9. But what we are really doing is just focusing on making those letters as beautiful as possible, because now they can see them in their head and then they can, really practice those. So after we finish that, we are going to go back to doing the book guide writing. But we're also just throwing in some extra things, which is really exciting. And it was actually my kids' idea. They're making their own unit studies. So the reason I'm having them focus on their penmanship for writing is because they are both learning how to type on the computer. And I don't want their writing to suffer while they're doing that. Now, we also started these unschooling calendars, so it's been very different, doing kind of all the subjects under one theme, but it's been really fun, and we're going to continue to do that. We're also going to be adding in other history, though, and because all of our history is based on books, what I'm going to be doing is just alternating the kind of book that we're reading. So we'll read one of the books that go with the unit study, something like, for example, The Secret Garden that we just started. And then after we finish The Secret Garden, we will move on to maybe a history book lesson. Once we finish that one, we'll go back to another one. So we're going to go back and forth on the different kinds of book studies that we're doing. Every time we do a history book study, they will focus on a different part of English language arts, like perfecting their writing or perfecting their typing. Then when we do a regular book study, they'll do the writing and narrations that accompany the book. And this way, I don't think there's going to be as much writing fatigue. It'll be fun, keeps us all on our toes, and it's just a really, I think, good way to cover all of the bases without, like I said, having that writing fatigue. Then with math, we're doing math in the kitchen now. So exciting. But we're also going to be doing math in the garden. And then I'm also going to be making just a math outside one. And there's one other one, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. So we're kind of just using a bunch of stuff like that, putting it all together. When it's a really hot day, maybe we'll do more math in the kitchen inside. But when it's a day where it's really nice to be outside and we're out in the garden, why interrupt all of that, come inside and have to sit down for a lesson? Why not use just the math in the garden? So that's kind of the goal. And this video was a little bit longer than I intended, but if you want to keep watching, go ahead and skip over to the curriculum picks for this term because they're exciting. And I'm just very excited about it. And I love you all. And if you like these videos, and I'm sorry I'm saying "and" so much, but if you like these videos, please feel free to follow me, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that you do get notified when we post a video and you can come hang out with me first. Also, I had a question for anyone that's made it this far. Would you be interested in me doing a weekly giveaway from these YouTube videos? Because then what I would do is I would choose one of the people who watch and comment on the videos. They would win something, and then I would announce it at the beginning of the next video. So if you've made it this far, let me know, and I love you, and we'll watch the next video.